You earn good money, real money, more than your parents ever made, more than you thought you'd be making at this age, and somehow every single month is gone. Not because you're irresponsible, not because you're stupid, but because something underneath your behavior is running a program you never agreed to install. This video is about that program, what it is, where it came from, and why smart, hardworking people can't seem to hold on to money no matter how much they make. Here's what makes this so confusing. The math should work. You do the numbers in your head, your income, your rough expenses, and there should be money left over. There always should be. But then the month ends, and you're not exactly broke, but you're not building anything either. You're just reset, back to zero, like a video game where you can never save your progress. And the worst part, you can't fully explain where it went. A little here, a little there, a few things that felt necessary, and somehow it adds up to nothing. That's not a budgeting problem. That's a psychology problem. Section 1. Your income expanded, but your identity didn't. There's a concept called lifestyle inflation, and it's not just about buying nicer things. It goes deeper than that. When your income goes up, your sense of what you deserve goes up with it. The apartment that was fine before suddenly feels like settling. The car that got you around feels embarrassing now. The restaurants you used to love feel like a downgrade. None of those feelings are wrong. But if your spending expands to match every new income level, you never actually get ahead while you just upgrade the treadmill. The income grew, the identity didn't catch up, and the gap between what you earn and what you keep stays exactly the same. Section 2. You're using money to manage your emotions. This one's harder to admit. A lot of high earners, driven, ambitious, high-performing people are also quietly carrying a lot of stress. The job is demanding, the pressure is real, and money becomes the release valve. The nice dinner after a brutal week, the online order that arrives on a bad Tuesday, the upgrade you didn't need but felt like the least you could do for yourself. Psychologists call this emotional spending. And it's not weakness. It's your nervous system looking for relief. The problem is that money is a terrible therapist. It creates a few hours of relief and then adds a quiet layer of guilt that you spend more money trying to forget. It's a loop, and most people never name it. Section 3. You have a spending baseline, not a saving habit. Most people don't decide how much to spend each month. They just spend until it feels like they should stop, and that feeling is shaped by what they grew up around, what their friends do, and what their social environment normalizes. If everyone around you spends freely, spending freely feels responsible. If keeping up socially costs money, dinners, trips, the right things, then spending on those things doesn't feel optional. It feels like participation. You don't have a savings problem. You have a default problem. Your baseline was set by your environment, and you've never consciously redesigned it. Section 4. You're avoiding the real number. There's one thing that almost every person in this pattern has in common. They don't know their real number. Not roughly, not approximately. The actual, exact, honest number of what comes in and what goes out. Because looking at that number means confronting something real. And confronting something real means you have to do something about it. So the brain avoids it and calls the avoidance being relaxed about money or not wanting to obsess over every dollar. But you're not relaxed. You're managing anxiety through avoidance. And avoidance has a monthly price tag. Here's the thing. Nobody says out loud. Earning more money doesn't fix a psychology problem. It funds it. Every raise, every promotion, every income bump, if the underlying pattern doesn't change, the new money just flows through the same holes a little faster. This isn't about discipline. It isn't about trying harder or wanting it more. The people stuck in this pattern are usually some of the hardest working people you'll ever meet. They're not lazy. They're just running an outdated operating system on upgraded hardware. The income is not the problem. The relationship with the income is the problem. And relationships can be reworked, but only once you see them clearly. What to do about it? 3 things, simple ones. Do them in order. 1. Name the pattern you recognize today. Whether it's lifestyle inflation, emotional spending, or avoidance, write down the one that hit you. Not to shame yourself, just to make it visible. You can't change what you won't name. 2. Find your real number this week. Not a budget, not a plan, just the truth. What actually came in last month. What actually went out. Where it actually went. One honest look. That's it. 3. Create one automatic transfer the day you get paid. Not big, not dramatic. Just something that moves money somewhere before your brain gets to decide what to do with it. Savings, investment, debt, pick one. Automate it. Let the system do what willpower can't sustain. None of this is the whole answer, but it's the beginning of one. If this video felt uncomfortably specific, good. that feeling is useful. It means something in here was true for you. And truth is the only thing that actually moves the needle. You're not bad with money. You're just running patterns you didn't choose. And the moment you see a pattern clearly is the moment it starts to lose its power. If you want to keep understanding the real reasons behind how people think, spend, and get stuck, and how to actually change it, this channel goes deep on exactly that. Not theory, not motivation, the real psychology, explained like a conversation.